Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of Tzu Chi Foundation Singapore, we would like to first of all thank the organizing committee for inviting us to share on this very special event. Let me start by telling you a little about Tzu Chi Foundation. Do you know the meaning of Tzu Chi? Yeah, it means compassion relief. Now, Tzu Chi started more than 50 years ago in Hualien, which is a small city on the east coast of Taiwan. Tzu Chi was started by a Buddhist nun, Venerable Chen Yan, and until today, at the age of 80, she continues to work very hard. She remains our teacher, mentor, and a source of great inspiration. Tzu Chi set out to help the needy and to relieve suffering in others through sincere actions and through the cultivation of loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and selfless giving. When others are hurting, we feel their pain. When others suffer, we feel their sorrow. Tzu Chi is a humanitarian organization that seeks to serve all, regardless of nationality, language, race, or religion. It operates in 54 countries, and Tzu Chi has special consultative status at the United Nations. The four main missions of Tzu Chi are charity, medicine, education, and culture. And these are expressed in our 8 footprints, namely charitable services, medical care, moral development, humanistic activities, international relief, bone marrow and stem cell donation, environment protection, and community volunteerism. Tzu Chi Foundation Singapore was officially registered in 1993, so we've been active here for more than 24 years. Tzu Chi is a registered charity with IPC status. It organizes various activities in Singapore according to our 8 footprints. With regards to healthcare, Tzu Chi runs 3 community health centers. It also runs a home care services that includes medical, nursing, physiotherapy, and dental. And we also carry out community health screenings. And last but not least, Tzu Chi volunteers also extend their love and care to our poor communities in our neighbouring countries through overseas medical missions. Here are a series of photos capturing some of the activities carried out by Tzu Chi volunteers. Community volunteering, humanistic culture, and social harmony events. Photos from the left are events like Mother's Day and Father's Day celebration, because we want to cultivate a strong sense of filial piety in our young, because they have to be the one to look after our elderly and ourselves. The photo on the center is from our recent Deepavali celebration, and on the right from our Hari Raya celebration. Next, our home. Next photo shows our recycling activities, community clinics and rehab centers, home medical, dental, nursing and physiotherapy, community health screening, community and disaster relief fundraising, blood donation drive, and last but not least, free public health talks and education. Now, we are very fortunate here today that we have several Tzu Chi volunteers in the audience. Would you like to hear from them directly? Yes? Okay. Right, let's start by inviting Brother Andrew to join us on the stage. Brother Andrew, thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, I'm very happy and very grateful to have this opportunity to be here to listen to the previous talks. Very inspiring, very touching, and as well as to share what Tzu Chi volunteers, what are we doing in the community.
Okay, yeah. So Brother Andrew is actually a real estate marketing director by profession, and he has a very busy professional life, and yet he devotes a large proportion of his after-work free time to helping others in the community. So Brother Andrew, thank you very much for joining us today. Tzu Chi Foundation, through the network of volunteers, provide care for the needy within our community. How are these care recipients identified and how are they referred to Tzu Chi?
Yes, Tzu Chi Foundation works very closely with all the public hospitals. And so through the medical social workers, we will receive referrals. And especially for cases that require medical assistance, so we receive a lot of case referrals. And then our Tzu Chi Foundation social workers will then do up a report and give it to our volunteers. Volunteers will then go and do a home assessment, home visits, where we really pay them a visit and understand the situation that they are in and really understand what are the deep-rooted problems that they are facing. So besides the hospitals, we also get referrals from Social Service Office, SSO, FSC, and as well as the schools. And at times, we also get self-referrals where people can just call in or they can email us, and we will make sure that every cases will be assessed accordingly.
Wow. So Tzu Chi volunteers, they not only provide financial assistance and other material things, but it looks like they also give their time, care, and love to the recipients. I suppose we could use the word befrienders to describe their role as well. Why do you think it's so important to have befrienders in the community?
Yes, befriending, it's very important, especially for our volunteers that visit our care recipients regularly. So we will visit them at least once a month. And besides visiting them and providing them with the financial assistance or the medical consumables like diapers, milk feeds, catheters, and all this. So we will, more importantly is that we want to be there personally to observe and to listen to them and to be able to continuously monitor their situation and their circumstances to see if there's any improvements or the situation may be getting worse, so that we can take proper follow-up actions and we can make adjustments to our assistance.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure the care recipients benefit greatly. What motivates volunteers like yourself to find the time and energy to reach out to those in need in our community?
Well, for our volunteers, we really cherish the opportunity to be able to give, to reach out to the care recipients. And it's not easy for these care recipients to open the doors to allow volunteers to come in and really to pour out their hearts and their stories. So our volunteers, because of this opportunity, our volunteers start to realize that, hey, it's so important to take good care of our own health. Because by seeing all these patients, the caregivers, the care recipients, the state they are in, so we realize that we are so blessed and we really should cherish what we have, cherish our loved ones, our friends around us. And it's a matter of seeing the suffering in others and realizing the blessings that we have in ourselves.
Thank you so much, Brother Andrew, for your wonderful sharing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Give a round of applause. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Sister Nancy Tan, who is a palliative care nurse with Tzu Chi Home Care Team. She has a very touching story to share with us about her journey in looking after one of her patients, Mr. Ho Chan Fui. So, Sister Nancy, can I invite you?
发现何赞辉的脚异常肿大，护理师陈玉欣立即电话咨询医师。
Dr. Lim 讲哦，关于你的脚，他是说建议你吃2粒2次。
何赞辉患有末期呼吸衰竭，自从去年慈济提供居家临终关怀服务，何赞辉不再频频入院治疗，因为健康和心灵有了依靠。
那些单夫啊，很细心呐、他说：“哎呀，你不要想那么多啊，你有什么事打电话给我什么，就是很安慰。我是听了心里很是安慰这样。”
我们要医病人的心，因为不能够医他的病嘛，所以就是从临终关怀我们就 explore what their needs, what they want, and what they want.
帮喝茶，献茶给爸爸哈，祝爸爸身体健康，事事如意。
知道合赞会最开心的是看到一家4代团聚，因此借由5月佛诞节，医护团队带动合赞会的子孙为他奉茶，还有浴足。这天是合赞会最难忘的日子。
每一个很孝顺，心里很安慰啦，很孝顺，很好。
哦，他改变很多了。最近after 你们来照顾他哦，他变成很平静，没有这样暴躁，and then 很放得下。
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so you just watched the video. This is one of my care recipient, which was referred to us by Untitled Hospital. I have looked after him for almost 1 year before he passed on. Now, prior to this, his admission to us, this patient has been very temperamental. There is no, the 3 daughters really avoided him, because of his temper. So what happened is that before I took in this case, I went to the hospital and visited him and told him that, okay, how can I help you? Okay, then he just said one word, you give me an oxygen concentrator and I will rely on you to look after me for the rest of my life. So what happened is that, because all these patients have this fund, so we applied an oxygen concentrator for him. And after receiving, when he back home, every other day, because initially when he started admitted this patient, we go by the acuity in palliative care. So initially he was very, very not stable in the sense that he tends to be very breathless on agitation, and a small little thing he will throw temper. So my journey with him is just to listen to him, explore more, and let him talk out all his worries and what is behind, what does he really want. So before that, he always said that if I collapse, make sure you take me to hospital. And I want the doctor to revive me because I still want my life. Though he's 80 years old, but I said, okay, that is his advanced care planning. So what happened is that after 3 months down the road, as we come into his life, he become more relaxed. She realized that our patience, our love, and we always go with volunteers, you see, and we more or less try to let him speak out all his worries and his what, and we go along with him. But after 5 months, our friend here become more relaxed already, and just now you saw the daughter serve him tea, wash his leg. This is one of our every year on Mother's Day, our Tzu Chi days, we have this. So we brought the Buddha to the house, and what happened is that he feels so touched because he didn't realize that the daughter all will come and serve him tea. And after the event, he told me, Nurse, 我可以放下了，不用急救我了. That means I will let go. Don't save me. So he changed his advanced care planning to comfort care. Sorry. Then after that, as he go along, he just every day, anything where he has issue of breathlessness, he will call me. So I'll be there all the time till I journey in. He just passed away only last month. Okay. So what happened is that now I'm going to describe about palliative care. In our way, what you see, we more or less sorry, very. So in our Tzu Chi Care, our teams we are multidisciplinary. That means we have doctors, nurses, and the counselor. Okay, so we supported them with the next one. We first focus on their medical care, what they want, their symptom relief, because most of them know that they are at the final stage. So the only thing is to just give comfort care. Whatever medicine that will relieve them. So we provide necessary medical care to them, which involves medicine and teaching them how daily life. Some patients have the comfort of relatives to look after them, but not all of them. So actually really to go into this start of, to realize that they are all alone, the only thing I can do is to make sure that every morning I'll call them, have you taken your medicine? Are you okay? So to show them that we really care, we care for their daily work. So with the call and organizing the vaccine, that's very important, that he relieve their sufferings, because that is what palliative patients experience every day. Besides the medical support, we also give emotional support. Allow the patient to express what they worry, what their fears. Because actually in our daily life, we felt that, we never know one day any of us will go. Life is impermanent. But when the time comes, we are worried that, where are we going? How do we know what will happen? What will happen to our loved ones? Okay? So we explore more by, let them talk out and do, say that you're not alone. We are here to support you. Okay? Secondly, we use spiritual support to introduce optimism at their last stage of their life, to make sure that, to ensure that they are not alone. In Tzu Chi, we use a lot of touch and quiet, let them explore, because actually, honestly speaking, when one of us, I always ask myself, if I am in the patient's position, how do I want the nurse to look after me? So that's how I apply. I always put myself in the patient position, so it's easier to get along, talk them out and support them, you see. So by listening to them, they realize that, at least I have somebody to care for me at the end. I don't have to let go. So I always encourage them, life is always impermanent. After all, you have this sickness. So in the end, all of us will go. If you detach, you don't feel the knot in you, see. So lastly, we also give the psychological support by being the greatest source of support. Staying positive when facing the remaining days of their life. Okay, and after making a rapport with them, we do the advanced care planning and journey with them. We are doing advanced care planning and the preferred plan care. We encourage the children to come along and listen, at least they know what their parents want. Okay, but actually, honestly speaking, it's not easy to do advanced care planning. During this process, patient always turn emotional. But I often stop, observe, see, because my eye and listening is really a very good strength. If the patient become emotional, I stop, I say, we do it another day. And it takes a while, at least sometimes 2 or 3 weeks, that really they come to terms that they agree to tell us everything what they want. Okay, so if at least during the advanced care planning, when they finally voice out what they want, the children are prepared to journey with the parents, you see. Sometimes I have a scenario that this lady knows that the children are not united. I have this 80-year-old auntie who is not, So he always tell me, I cannot let go, because I know one of my son will definitely bring me to call 995 the moment I stop breathing. So I do not want, I want to pass on peacefully at home. So I asked the daughter, can we do a family conference? So we did a family conference. We get the whole family, 5 sons and 3 daughters, to do the conference. It really is really tough. It takes me 2.5 hours with my counselor to really tell them what the mothers want. And actually, I already take what the mother says and show it to them. But this son is very, he's a hard-hearted. So he kept saying, okay, I will think how. So in the end, I said, no, you must talk to your parents and talk to your mother, ask her to let go. So finally, after 2.5 hours, they all agreed. They went to the mother's bedside and told the mother, okay, we will follow what your plans are. In the end, that night the patient passed away. So that's why this is something that I felt that, achieved. So next one. So what happened is that in our team, we become the bridge between the parents, the patients, and the family. At the end of life care, really require a lot of patience and attentiveness. More importantly is empathy, listen deeply, and respect.
Thank you so much, Sister Nancy, for sharing your very emotional story. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, next, I would like to share with you a short video about a patient that is under our home care team at the moment.
Next, we meet a medical care recipient from Singapore, Yi Hoon Chong, who was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis in 2010. Now he can barely walk or talk. Knowing that Yi wants to see his children grow up, Tzu Chi medical volunteers have taken it upon themselves to help him with his physical rehabilitation to reduce his muscle deterioration. After a year of hard work, he has experienced significant improvement. Let's take a look.
Breathing.
46-year-old Yi Hoon Chong was diagnosed with ALS in 2010. In just 6 short years, his muscles atrophied drastically.
Last year, in the month of April, he was sitting in the couch and he was not able to lift his head up and he can't move much.
Yi's biggest wish is seeing his children grow up.
He's still young. It would be a shame if we gave up on him. He has the motivation. Why don't we give him a chance?
Wanting to help, a team of medical professionals visit Yi to assist with his rehabilitation, as well as provide the nutrients he needs. They are also looking into different ways to help his condition.
The doctors came and saw how he could benefit from a breathing apparatus so he could sleep better at night. This hospital bed can be adjusted if he has trouble breathing when sleeping.
After a year of rehabilitation, he has shown vast improvement. Although he still needs someone's assistance when walking, his footsteps are firmer, and he can walk further than last year.
He never expresses negative emotions or feelings about his illness. He gets a fresh air and he can breathe in better.
Now it's better lah. Can walk, can go outside. Last time I carry very heavy lah, but now he also helped me. I feel happy lah.
Manipulating a computer mouse with his feet, Yi types out words of gratitude. In dealing with this yet incurable disease, he is determined to do his best to live his life to the fullest with his family and Tzu Chi by his side.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to meet Mr. Yi? Yeah, he's right here in the audience with us. Mr. Yi. Mr. Yi is not able to stand. Obviously, he's not able to speak, but he wanted to be here today. And just with him is Brother Wino and Sister Kim Yan. We'll move on to, and Mr. Yi actually has a message for you all. All right? So as you know, he can't write, but he still has movement control of his right foot. So he had written this letter for us, alphabet by alphabet. It's taken him several days to do so. Okay? And with his permission, I'd like to read out the message. Sister Kim Yan, whenever we talk about the Tzu Chi Foundation, we have to be very thankful from the bottom of our heart to Dharma Master Chen Yan. She's the one grow the seed of love and spread it to the world. Tzu Chi Foundation is a good start if you want to start joint community work, I can assure you. 3 years, get to know Tzu Chi Foundation. Thought is another organization that tells you to chant or pray because my sickness is not curable. Just accept the fact I'm going to die. To my surprise, they not. The volunteer come in to understand my need. Hospital bed, toilet chair was delivered to me. Go to see TCM, transport is ready to fetch me, go and back. Dr. Edwin, Sister Kim Yan, look after me. Whatever I need, they will try to get for me ASAP. They even help to arrange for TCSH, VRSS for BiPAP, cough assist, and saliva suction machine. It helped me so much as my condition get weaker. Next stage is physiotherapist, Brother Winod, and volunteers, Sister Xiaoping and Ho Jin, will visit me every week for physiotherapy. There is another big change in my physical health and mental build-up. Words of encouragement never stop, not only to me, even to my family and helper. If my helper is in pain, Brother Winod will spend time, massage her, and give her advice how to prevent injured herself again. Sister Xiaoping, because of my chair, needed repair to make me feel comfortable. She ran up and down 7 trips. My massage bed having problem, I saw online selling it. Sister Xiaoping went down, brought it, and arranged transport to deliver it to me out of her own pocket. The other day, I was out of the sudden, I cannot pee. Dr. Edwin received that. He came as fast as he could. Within 2 hours, he came and did a procedure to relieve my discomfort. When I told Dr. Edwin about funding for edaravone, that's a new medication, within days, the CEO of Tzu Chi agreed to letter of undertaking that the first in Singapore to use. Now this is unedited, so I'm just reading out verbatim. All right, so I think with that, we will end our sharing. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I think all of us had a lot of tears down there, didn't we? Yeah. Open the floor to questions, shall we? I think it's really meaningful, I think, what has been done. And sometimes we don't realize, that on the other end, it is deeply appreciated. It might not come out in words, but truly, it is deeply appreciated. So questions, for Dr. Ho here, as well as, any questions about Tzu Chi. Yeah? Anyone? No? How about if someone wants to get involved? If someone wants to start to volunteer, what are some of the things that we can do?
I think Tzu Chi Singapore has its own website. There's information in Mandarin and in English. So I think the first result is maybe check online, look on the resources, and then look out for the Tzu Chi volunteers in the uniform like we are. There's quite a few of us here today. So do approach us to get more information, and you can get started.
And if someone whose family member needs help, how do we approach it? Is there certain criteria that one must be to qualify, or how does it work?
Okay. Maybe to help me answer, Brother Andrew might be in a better position. Yeah.
You can answer from there.
Okay. So let's say if you know of any friends or neighbors or family members who really needs help, okay, there are a few channels you can go through. One is that you can call us. Call Tzu Chi Foundation. You can get our number, just Google Tzu Chi Singapore. You can get our numbers on the website. And then say that you want to speak to our charity department. And so somebody will take your call and will write down all the necessary information. And then subsequently, our volunteers will be getting in touch with you. Okay, but the important thing is that you have to get the consent from the person that is going to receive help, because he has to agree to allow us to visit him or her and do the assessment. So that's one way, by call. Or you can also email to us. Okay. Our email is info@tzuchi.org.sg. Okay, that's another way. And other channels is that you could also come personally to our centers. Okay, come to Tzu Chi, and then you can also apply the assistance personally, okay, or you can approach any of our volunteers, okay, the Tzu Chi volunteers, and then we can help you to link up with our Tzu Chi so that make sure that your application is being referred to. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you very much once again, Dr. Ho. Thank you. Thank you.